I wanted them to go. The story when you see the full game will be that like they go up to the. It takes place after Christmas. Like the parents have accepted them, or it's after Halloween. Like because the boyfriend goes over to the parents' house, which is where Halloween takes place, and then they hang out and they play video games in the girlfriend's room. And she has like a dating sim that she likes to play. But the dad sees that they're hanging out up there, and just to be a vindictive like bastard, he just throws them both into the game. But they meet somebody else who also has met an unfortunate fate, and he's just one of many in like a large world of people who have been affected by the parents. And I hope everyone will enjoy meeting many more strange characters in the full game. The story behind Pico. Pico in this like future pretty much is he's a merc. He's a merc who was hired by the dad to go fuck with the boyfriend after the boyfriend humiliated the dad by beating him in the first stage. But like Pico doesn't quite know who he's being sent to kill until he gets there. And then he finds out that it's somebody he used to know.
Somebody I used to know.
If the lore that was revealed in week 6 was like actual lore or just like a gimmick for the week.
Oh yeah, no, you'll see like a ton more of that in like the full game. Like this, that is part of like I have been writing like an overall like expansive story for everything. Like everything is connected and happens for like a reason, and there is like a giant overarching story and a reason for like a lot of stuff. So that's coming. Not that any of it'll be like too crazy serious, but you know, like it all wraps around. They've got like a little world they live in.
What the fuck is Skid and Pump Steel?
Wow, man. Their story is like a bit complicated. I mean, like the short version is they go there, like the boyfriend gets accepted by the family, and he like, cause week 2 is supposed to come after the mom. But anyway, like when the boyfriend's accepted by the family, they sort of invite him over and like play cruel tricks on him and just do weird shit to him. So they make him come over to their like spooky Transylvania house and like pass out like candy with the girlfriend on Halloween. And the spooky kids stop by. And you know, like they want the girlfriend as like the treat they get at the door. But that doesn't even have like its third song and ending to the level. It turns out they were kind of being tricked by someone not so nice, who people may or may not have found in the debug menu. Yeah, I think I did explain this a bit earlier, and there will be like more cutscenes that explain this like later in the game. But like, yeah, this is the girlfriend's like dating sim that she used to play all the time, and they get pushed into it. So I mean, like the character in the game, like, you know, he's just like an AI or like a character, just, you know, just like Chie loves whoever's playing as Yuna Narukami in Persona 4, or, you know, like this character loved the girlfriend like that. And you know, it was just, of course, like as a character who's just made to be in a game where you just get loved, you know, all of a sudden just not being loved and losing and not being perfect, it doesn't jive with them. But then it even turns out there's a bit more behind it. That behind the little program, there's somebody that Daddy Dearest was not so kind to. Well, people had this theory that only people who don't use microphones can speak normal English in the Friday Night Funkin' world. Because the girlfriend doesn't use a microphone and she talks, and the Lemon Demon doesn't use a microphone and he talks. Or, you know, Monster, but the fans call him Lemon Demon. But yeah, so like that one's really fun, but there's gonna be a level coming up that unfortunately invalidates that. There's no real way around it. So oops. So, but yeah, no, Pico's a mercenary who was hired to kill a target. He wasn't given, you know, like the picture. He was given a location to kill somebody, but when he shows up to that location, he finds out that it's somebody he recognizes. And we, you know, that's Pico's deal. Damn, Mal, you drawing big. You drawing the Homestuck logo? At a certain point in the story, the dad, like, accepts the boyfriend, but, like, it's almost like a keeping your enemies close thing. Like, the dad keeps the boyfriend. He, like, you know, quote-unquote, lets him into the family, kind of, like, lets him around. But then, I don't know, it's almost even worse for the boyfriend then, because then, like, being inside of that evil house, being inside of all these other things, like, the parents use it to their advantage to cause even like more mayhem, which once again like is something we'll see in the full game. And the levels right now are like a little misplaced. Like week 2 isn't where it should be. There's an upcoming level that actually should have a level before it, but you know we're just kind of like skipping around a little bit. The intro that was planned ever since even the initial version was that like you see a calendar where all the days fall off the calendar till it's Friday, and then it pans down. You see the boyfriend and the girlfriend, and they're very joking and cartoonishly where you can't really see much of anything. It's implied they're about to have sex. And the boyfriend, he Lupin dives, like in the Lupin the Third opening. He's about to dive into her pussy. But then the dad yanks her by her collar up and like grabs her. And then she's held up like by a puffy by her scruff, and the boyfriend looks 20 million miles up into the sky, and then the shadow cast by the dad, and the dad is angry, and the dad throws her over onto the stereo and flicks his fingers, and it turns out they were on the stage the whole time, and then that's where like the opening of the game starts.